Can we start with Jim Nill, please? The Stars liking their direction and therefore rewarding this man. A 2-year extension to their general manager, shown here with Corey Perry on a celebratory evening. There's been plenty for the Stars to celebrate in the recent past, and this man's had a lot to do with it.
Yeah, I would agree. A great hockey man. I've known Jim Nill for a good long while, and I'll tell you, while at the helm of these Dallas Stars, to me, Tone, would you agree with this? This group has always been relevant, and then to your point, I think over the last couple of years, now competitive. This is a group we kind of look at, and it's entirely possible this is the kind of core that could go on a good, long, deep run and perhaps emerge out of the West, although a tough hurdle to cross. But you look at some of the names that Jim Nill has assembled over time and are part of this, to me, dynamic roster. Ottinger at net, Heiskanen at the blue line.
Jason Roberts.
Hello. I mean, really one of the best 5-on-5 offensive lines in hockey. Hintz, Robertson, and Joe Pavelski, another brilliant stroke of genius. But I think a formidable offseason for Jim Nill and his Dallas Stars as well. Matt Duchene, Craig Smith, guys that are capable of measurable, significant offensive impact. Guys are playing at a middle tier kind of aspect of the roster. They could give you a real nice bounce. So I'm leaning in. I think this group, especially when we talk about number one netminder, Ottinger has emerged as really one of the brilliant goaltenders in our game today. Elite level status, I believe, Tony. This is a group that's got the makings of really doing some damage in the upcoming season.
I was listening to everything you said, but when Rupe Hintz highlights come on, I'm transfixed. That guy, what a player. Yeah. What a performer.
He really is brilliant. Thinks the game exceptionally well, and he's got a physical skill set to match. No question about it. He's kind of the glue that makes this Pavelski-Robertson trio work. Hintz is a brilliant young star, and the Dallas Stars get maximum mileage from him.
And when we go back to Robertson, you think about what he's done at this stage of his career, apples to his age or younger. No one has ever produced better than he produced in this year.
Yeah.
This guy, when you think about all the great American players that have been 24 and done great things. I'm thinking about Patrick Kane. I'm thinking about Mike Modano, all the greats.
Yeah.
What he's doing, the trajectory he's on is truly special.
Yeah, and it's the trajectory I love to talk about when you talk about Jason Robertson. Great big frame. Again, another player blessed with a really impressive physical skill set. Big guy, great skater, can be even explosive at times, but great hand skills and a real flair for the net. But here's the point. I mean, those things are well documented, well established. Here's the thing that I really that impressed me about Robertson this year. Remember, the early stages of the postseason, a lot of us are kind of leaning in. We're not getting a lot from Robo, but it took him, a handful to say 8 games or so, and all of a sudden his game is back to that kind of Robertson-like trajectory that you're mentioning. A bright guy, an intelligent guy, high hockey IQ. He gets it figured out, and now I think he's got a real understanding of how his game, how the game changes once we transition to the postseason, and how his game needs to adapt to be impactful in that context.
And he's built for it. Seeing him behind the scenes at All-Star Weekend, I thought, one, this guy's so intense. Does he know this is an exhibition? And 2, boy, I got to get out of the way because he's coming down the hall and it's not that wide. So the Jim Nill deal is a done deal.